Okay, but I can't move
Those
it.
are,
So I'm gonna have to go. How am I gonna?
Why don't you just let Terry talk about it?
Okay, what I'm trying to figure out is how we get the next one up.
Well, the guy driving the spike in is Jay, and he's been there for years and years. And it was interesting doing this. The people on the right, I toned down the blue in that because it was so vivid. And there's such a block of blue. So
They all look purple.
Okay, I
No,
can't
better
figure
than
out how
blue.
to go to the next one.
but light, as I'm sure you guys ran into, is always sort of problematic there.
very dark.
Yeah, and Greg Korzynski used to swear that the best way to do it is to bring a flash. And I totally forgot it. And that would have been a good alternative for some of these,
Any idea?
especially one as we go along.
I did,
A lot of mine were really dark.
nothing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you have that bright outside and then you have the dark inside. So it's problematic. And a flash is absolutely one
Okay, well, let me try it this way.
about it.
That's why all my shots are outside.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is like my favorite, watching them.
those two guys.
Yeah, well, Jay is the landing man. I went to their site and I read up on the whole process. They're really good about
Okay,
it.
want me to
The
stay on?
history of what's happening. And so the landing man is in charge of the logs once they're brought in, and
I'll get
deposited.
off.
And he oversees the process of them being deposited on the ground. And then what he's doing here is moving this one off, and then he'll put the I call it a hook, they call it a bucket, around a log, and they'll start pulling it toward the area where they'll set it up for the saw or the carriage, getting it on the carriage.
Oh.
And this shows the real difficulty of light with this. I'm just learning my camera because I've got the new mirrorless. So I allowed myself to experiment and blow out the background, which wasn't as successful as I'd hoped. It also washed out the foreground. So definitely on something like this, I think a flash would be a really good way to go.
Hey, Terry,
Yes.
the other thing you could do would be to do at least a 3, probably a 5 bracket. And what you do is take the darkest or the darker 2 and run it down so you almost have no highlights in it at all. I mean, at the other end. And you can do an HDR and not get into that problem. I'll explain it to you offline.
Please do. I mean, I know the camera does HDR, and Laura, you do amazing things with the HDR, but I haven't explored that and don't understand it yet. This is my favorite. I really like the composition on this.
Yeah, I like it too.
Very nice. My gosh. It's a nice series.
Yeah, nice action shots.
Thank you. I really love this process and I love watching them do it. And the beautiful thing is you have that smoke behind them. So it's like a perfect background for it. Aren't they pretty?
Gosh.
He
Yeah.
has his horses along, I want to say Watershed Road. It's the one that.
No, it's not. It's not Slosher or
Right.
one across from High School Road.
Right, exactly. Yeah. This kid was a hoot and a holler. He was working that gear and looking so serious, and he stayed up there for a long time. He
He
knew what
almost,
he was doing.
he almost looks like one of Mike's grandkids.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. He'll be driving a car
Today.
before you know
Oh,
Michael?
it. Oh, sweet.
I really enjoyed this trip. I thought it was a lot of fun. And I like this guy's hat with the card in it. So I played around with the appearance. He looks different than he does in real life, but I just thought it led character to the image. So it was a lot of fun doing this one.
it's a great
Love
image.
it. Just love it.
This
Right.
one was really difficult. I must have been 12 or 15 times I tried to do this one. And finally I settled on this. I thought, well, it's about as good as it's going to get. But yeah, I like the lighting on him and the action that he's doing. So
Yeah, beautiful.
That was
Mike,
fun.
how did you handle the windows in the background?
I did the I darkened, I did the, they have the new masking in Lightroom. And
Right.
so I lit him up and then inverted it and darkened the rest of it.
Okay.
Hmm.
But when you were taking it,
What was that?
when you were taking the photo, what did you, how did you handle the light and dark? I mean, it's a beautiful exposure from what I can see.
Yeah, well, I think I was shooting at, I was at 2.8 because it was a 70 to 200. And I darkened most of the background in post.
Okay.
Oh,
Good
wow.
job.
This was my favorite of
Yeah.
the bunch. I'm not as artistic as many of you, so I tend to use presets, and I've started working on my own presets. And I tried this one and I really liked it. So
Mhm.
I saved the preset and yeah, I have a whole series. This is the one where the hammer was close to the spike and it just seemed to come together. So
Beautiful.
I think that was
Wonderful.
my favorite.
Yeah.
This one, I really like this picture because it's kind of like this guy's trying to figure out where he's supposed to put that wire. That was the reason I put this in here. Not that it's such a wonderful photograph, but it was like, yeah, this guy's got that look like, what do I do with this thing now? Anyway, that was my thinking behind it.
That's
I love
great.
it.
Yeah, great.
And then
That's fun.
I had a whole series of these, and I think this was my favorite one. This was one of my presets too. And I tried to hold the camera still as I could. Both the lens and the camera have image stabilization, so you can really shoot pretty slow. And I think this one was way down there.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it worked out. So yeah, so that was
What lens did you use?
70 to 200.
Okay. Oh, very nice.
Tim
So
here.
Tim's not here.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Yeah.
I got an email from him and he said, I'll be there if I remember.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Familiar face.
Yeah.
I liked him too. Yeah, it was a great hat.
Yeah,
That is a great hat.
Yeah,
those guys have a lot of character.
that's pretty cool. I mean, that's the water cooling or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's neat. Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
Nice catch.
Yeah, that's pretty
cool.
cool.
Where
What
was
did you have
that?
a Tripod.
I
I
didn't,
think it was in the same place that he shot the radiator.
oh, okay. There was some tube, yeah, some pipe.
Beautiful.
That's nice. That's a nice capture.
Yeah.
Yeah, see action
The
with the
arc
hand.
line, very cool.
Yeah,
Nice shot, Bill.
yeah. Too bad we can't hear you.
He just said
Really
thank
good,
you.
Bill.
Said thank you.
So I have a shot regarding, I mean, I have a question regarding a shot like that. So I have one, but I was afraid to crop it too much because it seemed like it took too much. But then, this is gonna sound funny, but if I include enough, then I end up with the guy's crotch. So how do you deal with those kinds of shots?
You darken the crotch.
Okay.
But
No,
not-
it was just, I mean, I liked the photo, but I just couldn't get around and like, I don't think you want to see the guy's crotch on here. So I wasn't sure how you deal with those kinds of things.
Don't
you
darken
agree?
the crotch too much.
Okay, thank you.
Oh,
Oh, nice, nice catch.
that was a
God,
good
look at that
capture on
great-
that.
Yeah, look at that great skiing.
Perfect catch.
His hoodie on. Hmm.
Having fun.
Yeah,
All those blades. Wow,
yep.
that's nice.
It's nice you caught the motion too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very nice.
What does the upper blade do?
Cuts from the top.
Well, when I watched it, it wasn't
I
doing very
don't
much at
know.
all.
Yeah, there was a different type of blade too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Wonder
well.
if they switch them out or something, or just cut something different. Yeah,
very nice.
nice
Nice
action.
capture.
That guy's watching it.
Great composition.
Square.
Oh. Yeah, that's great.
Nice shot.
Yeah, nice movement.
Atlas Engine Works, Indianapolis. Yeah.
I love the circles within the circles.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even get down there this time.
Yeah, I had some good photos down there and I didn't want to enter too many.
Mhm. That's
Very
cool.
Nice, nice choice.
Yeah, I was struggling with all the inside shots and people and trying to figure out what to photograph because sometimes there's just too much and then I don't know what to photograph. So
Mhm.
I tend to like narrow everything down. So
Good chain.
Yeah.
I
China's right
thought
away.
maybe I can come up with something creative to do with the chains. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's
That's
cool.
cool.
Black and white. Yeah.
Good choice.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the movement or if it's not sharp. It doesn't seem like it's as sharp as it could be, but I didn't know if it was the movement that was making it look that way or
No, it's the movement.
I think it's a movement.
Yeah,
See, the base of the machine is in focus.
Back sharp. Yeah.
yeah, no, I was looking at some of the parts that looked like, yeah, I just overall though, it just kind of gave me the feeling of, is it focused or not? But
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
Me
You
too.
just have a lot of moving parts.
and then of course you gotta get
Oh.
a critter in there.
Boy, that's
It's
one.
amazing how
ugly-
many people saw that little spider. I've got a couple of him too.
golly
Yeah, I
gee.
thought I actually when he was way down on the bottom of the flower and I
Yep.
thought it was like a flower petal or something that had fallen in there and I looked and then I realized it was this spider that was hanging out.
It's a crab spider. I watched the other couple people take pictures of it too.
Oh,
Hmm. Neat.
Such a cool spider. Oh,
Oh, that's great.
yeah, very cool.
Mm.
yeah, interesting guy to talk to. So
Yeah, he's really sweet.
I guess he didn't have them working because the female hadn't really done this before, and so
Oh,
and she hadn't been with the male that they were working together, and so He just kind of walked them around, but he didn't put a log or anything behind them because they weren't used to working together. So
Mm.
Okay, that's what happened.
Smart, yeah.
Pretty cool.
Oh, I really liked this vehicle. And never heard of it before, a Doris, 1924 Doris.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
cool.
Just really liked the engine.
There,
Great colors.
yeah.
totally.
It turned out
Looks like eyes on that little
decent.
Doris beacon.
Yeah, yeah.
Wonderful. Ooh,
That's cool.
I don't know why I like this guy so much.
Oh, I love the foreground with the,
yeah.
The S.
yes, yeah.
Yeah, no, there's so much junk that looks cool when you photograph it. You
I
know,
love this.
flat tires, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know why this captivated me. The shadow of the steering wheels, like, duh, you know.
So
Yes, sir.
cool.
It's funny, you got the steering wheel, I took a photo of the pedals.
Did you?
Yeah, I did a shot of the pedals. I thought the
Yeah.
pedals were cool.
It's neat to see how everybody in the same place takes such different
Yeah,
pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah. What strikes your fancy, you know?
We all bring our individuality to it.
Yeah. And yeah, I just really
Cool.
liked all these shapes.
Yeah. You were saying John really had a good time too.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, they
Wow.
have these now 4 times a year, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, I'd go 4 times a year.
Oh, absolutely. There was a time when I did,
Mm.
but at that point they only had 2 times a year.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why I like these guys.
Yeah.
I took one of those also.
So did I.
Yeah. Well, there was another, like a big ice pick or something on the far right that I thought had to be cropped out of there. But just so much stuff there that was really interesting
Yeah.
to photograph. Oh, nice face.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. And a square is super.
Well, it didn't work in color, so I went to Plan B.
Plan B often works well.
Plan B works.
The thing that surprised me the most was the white lines around his eyes. That was not even visible in the color one.
Oh, interesting.
He's working hard.
So it's okay to cut part of the head off?
I
Yeah.
guess.
They do it in journalism all the time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, like I said, I'm
Yeah, this is
asking
neat.
so I can learn. So
So blowing out the background didn't hurt this one bit.
Mm-mm.
I
No.
couldn't figure out what else to do with it, Terry.
Yeah, I understand. It's a
I think
big
it helped it.
problem.
It really stands out against the light.
Mhm.
It's really neat.
Well, going back to what Mike said, I was able to use Lightroom with this new selection bit. I made this the subject. And then I took the background and I lightened it and it worked beautifully.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
Good choice.
very good.
Yeah, that's great new tool.
Oh,
very
that's cool.
I've got
You
one
guys-
of him too.
You guys get such
He's a
good
sweet
people
guy.
pictures.
Yeah, it's just a great people place.
Oh, my
That
word.
was.
Yeah.
His mother was there on Sunday.
Well, I copied Mike's exam.
Ha, ha, ha.
I think that's pretty similar. I like
Yeah.
Mike's better.
Oh, nice face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to get that guy a dozen times. I could just never get him at the right angle.
Yeah, his, for whatever reason, his eyes were always hidden by the brim of his hat.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, that's all of it for today. for next time around, at the end of June, we're gonna have 3 different outings, and
Wow.
we're going to allow up to 10 images per person.
Oh, my.
Oh,
So,
Okay.
you know, if how do you guys feel? Should someone be allowed to have 10 of one outing, or a max of 5?
I think just leave it up to them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
between maximum of 5. Yeah.
Well,
Maximum of 10 rather, sorry.
yeah, I don't think we could go more than that, so that we move along even with,
Yeah.
you know, an inept sharer. But
somebody may only go to one, but they may find a bunch of interesting things to
Okay.
photograph.
okay, so going ahead, I think we're going to try and have at least 2, maybe 3 events a month to participate in. I'm working on July, August right now. And one of the ones I want to get in is the State Fair in Sacramento.
Oh, wow.
So nobody did Cinco de Mayo?
It was, at least here, it was blowing so hard that it just seemed ridiculous to try.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Well, also there was the Nevada Wear. So a lot of us did the
Right.
Nevada Wear, which cut into
Yeah.
2 days of doing things.
If you guys, you know, offline have any suggestions for improvement, I'm all ready. So I guess with that, we have to toast Bill,
Thank you, Bill.
the silent partner.
Thank
Hope
you,
you get your
Bill.
voice back
Thank you, Bill. And see you
by
all
next
soon.
Thursday.
All right, take care,
Enjoy
everybody.
your
All
trip.
right.
Have a good trip, Tony.
Thank you.
Bye, Linda. Have a great trip. You and Tony.
Thank you.